The country of the Quadlings.
Страна Квадлингов.
The country of the Quadlings. The four travelers passed through the rest of the forest in safety.
4 путников благополучно прошли через остальную часть леса.
The four travelers passed through the rest of the forest in safety. And when they came out from its gloom.
И выйдя из его мрака,
And when they came out from its gloom. Saw before them a steep hill.
увидели перед собой крутой холм,
Saw before them a steep hill. Covered from top to bottom with great pieces of rock.
сверху донизу покрытый большими кусками скалы.
Covered from top to bottom with great pieces of rock. That will be a hard climb.
Это будет трудный подъем,
That will be a hard climb. Said the scarecrow.
сказал Страшила.
Said the scarecrow. But we must get over the hill, nevertheless.
Но тем не менее мы должны перебраться через холм.
But we must get over the hill, nevertheless. So he led the way, and the others followed.
Итак, он пошел вперед, а остальные за ним.
So he led the way, and the others followed. They had nearly reached the first rock.
Они почти достигли первого камня,
They had nearly reached the first rock. When they heard a rough voice cry out.
когда услышали грубый крик.
When they heard a rough voice cry out. Keep back.
Держись подальше.
Keep back. Who are you?
Кто ты?
Who are you? Asked the scarecrow.
Спросил Страшила.
Asked the scarecrow. Then a head showed itself over the rock.
Потом над скалой показалась голова.
Then a head showed itself over the rock. And the same voice said.
И тот же голос сказал.
And the same voice said. This hill belongs to us.
Этот холм принадлежит нам.
This hill belongs to us. And we don't allow anyone to cross it.
И мы никому не позволяем его переходить.
And we don't allow anyone to cross it. But we must cross it.
Но мы должны пересечь его.
But we must cross it. Said the scarecrow.
Сказал Страшила.
Said the scarecrow. We're going to the country of the Quadlings.
Мы отправляемся в страну Квадлингов.
We're going to the country of the Quadlings. But you shall not.
Но вы не можете.
But you shall not. Replied the voice.
Ответил голос.
Replied the voice. And there stepped from behind the rock the strangest man.
И из-за скалы вышел самый странный человек.
And there stepped from behind the rock the strangest man. The travelers had ever seen.
Которого когда-либо видели путешественники.
The travelers had ever seen. He was quite short and stout.
Он был довольно невысоким и полным.
He was quite short and stout. And had a big head, which was flat at the top.
С большой головой, плоской наверху.
And had a big head, which was flat at the top. And supported by a thick neck.
И поддерживаемой толстой шеей.
And supported by a thick neck. Full of wrinkles.
Полной складок.
Full of wrinkles. But he had no arms at all.
Но у него совсем не было рук.
But he had no arms at all. And, seeing this, the scarecrow did not fear.
И увидев это, Страшила не испугался.
And, seeing this, the scarecrow did not fear. That so helpless a creature.
Что столь беспомощное существо.
That so helpless a creature. Could prevent them from climbing the hill.
Может помешать им взобраться на холм.
Could prevent them from climbing the hill. So he said.
Поэтому он сказал.
So he said. I'm sorry not to do as you wish.
Очень жаль, что я не поступаю так, как вы хотите.
I'm sorry not to do as you wish. But we must pass over your hill.
Но мы должны пройти через ваш холм.
But we must pass over your hill. Whether you like it or not.
Нравится вам это или нет?
Whether you like it or not. And he walked boldly forward.
И смело пошел вперед.
And he walked boldly forward. As quick as lightning.
Со скоростью молнии.
As quick as lightning. The man's head shot forward.
Голова человека рванулась вперед.
The man's head shot forward. And his neck stretched out until the top of the head.
А его шея вытянулась, пока макушка.
And his neck stretched out until the top of the head. Where it was flat.
Где она была плоской.
Where it was flat. Struck the scarecrow in the middle.
Ударила страшилу посередине.
Struck the scarecrow in the middle. And sent him tumbling, over and over, down the hill.
Отчего тот снова и снова кувыркался вниз с холма.
And sent him tumbling, over and over, down the hill. Almost as quickly as it came.
Почти так же быстро, как это произошло.
Almost as quickly as it came. The head went back to the body.
Голова вернулась к телу.
The head went back to the body. And the man laughed harshly as he said.
И мужчина резко рассмеялся, сказав.
And the man laughed harshly as he said. It isn't as easy as you think.
Это не так просто, как ты думаешь.
It isn't as easy as you think. A chorus of boisterous laughter came from the other rocks.
С других скал донесся громкий хохот.
A chorus of boisterous laughter came from the other rocks. And Dorothy saw hundreds of the armless.
И Дороти увидела сотни безруких.
And Dorothy saw hundreds of the armless. Hammerheads upon the hillside.
Молотоголовых на склоне холма.
Hammerheads upon the hillside. One behind every rock.
По одному за каждым камнем.
One behind every rock. The lion became quite angry at the laughter.
Лев очень рассердился на смех.
The lion became quite angry at the laughter. Caused by the scarecrow's mishap.
Вызванный несчастным случаем страшилы.
Caused by the scarecrow's mishap. And giving a loud roar that echoed like thunder.
И издав громкий рык, который эхом отозвался, как гром.
And giving a loud roar that echoed like thunder. He dashed up the hill.
Он бросился вверх по холму.
He dashed up the hill. Again a head shot swiftly out.
Снова вылетела голова.
Again a head shot swiftly out. And the great lion went rolling down the hill.
И огромный лев покатился вниз по холму.
And the great lion went rolling down the hill. As if he had been struck by a cannonball.
Как будто в него попало пушечное ядро.
As if he had been struck by a cannonball. Dorothy ran down.
Дороти сбежала вниз.
Dorothy ran down. And helped the scarecrow to his feet.
И помогла страшиле встать на ноги.
And helped the scarecrow to his feet. And the lion came up to her.
А лев подошел к ней.
And the lion came up to her. Feeling rather bruised and sore, and said.
Чувствуя себя довольно ушибленным и больным, и сказал.
Feeling rather bruised and sore, and said. It is useless to fight people.
Бесполезно драться с людьми.
It is useless to fight people. With shooting heads.
Со стреляющими головами.
With shooting heads. No one can withstand them.
Никто не может противостоять им.
No one can withstand them. What can we do, then?
Что же мы можем сделать?
What can we do, then? She asked.
Спросила она.
She asked. Call the winged monkeys.
Позовите крылатых обезьян.
Call the winged monkeys. Suggested the Tin Woodman.
Предложил железный дровосек.
Suggested the Tin Woodman. You have still the right to command them once more.
У вас все еще есть право приказать им один раз.
You have still the right to command them once more. Very well.
Хорошо.
Very well. She answered, and putting on the golden cap.
Ответила она и надевая золотую шапку.
She answered, and putting on the golden cap. She uttered the magic words.
Произнесла волшебные слова.
She uttered the magic words. The monkeys were as prompt as ever.
Обезьяны были, как всегда, быстры.
The monkeys were as prompt as ever. And in a few moments.
И через несколько мгновений.
And in a few moments. The entire band stood before her.
Вся группа стояла перед ней.
The entire band stood before her. What are your commands?
Каковы ваши приказы?
What are your commands? Inquired the king of the monkeys, bowing low.
Спросил король обезьян, низко кланяясь.
Inquired the king of the monkeys, bowing low. Carry us over the hill to the country of the Quadlings.
Отнесите нас через холм в страну Квадлингов.
Carry us over the hill to the country of the Quadlings. Answered the girl.
Ответила девушка.
Answered the girl. It shall be done.
Будет сделано,
It shall be done. Said the king.
сказал король.
Said the king. And at once the winged monkeys.
И тотчас же крылатые обезьяны.
And at once the winged monkeys. Caught the 4 travelers and Toto.
Подхватили 4 путников и Татошку.
Caught the 4 travelers and Toto. Up in their arms and flew away with them.
На руки и улетели с ними.
Up in their arms and flew away with them. As they passed over the hill.
Когда они пролетали над холмом,
As they passed over the hill. The hammerheads yelled with vexation.
молотоголовые завопили от досады.
The hammerheads yelled with vexation. And shot their heads high in the air.
И стреляли головы высоко в воздух,
And shot their heads high in the air. But they could not reach the winged monkeys.
но не могли достать до крылатых обезьян,
But they could not reach the winged monkeys. Which carried Dorothy and her comrades safely.
которые благополучно перенесли Дороти и ее товарищей.
Which carried Dorothy and her comrades safely. Over the hill.
Через холм.
Over the hill. And set them down in the beautiful country of the Quadlings.
И опустили их в прекрасной стране Квадлингов.
And set them down in the beautiful country of the Quadlings. This is the last time you can summon us.
Это последний раз, когда могли вызвать нас,
This is the last time you can summon us. Said the leader to Dorothy.
сказал вожак Дороти.
Said the leader to Dorothy. So goodbye and good luck to you.
Так что до свидания и удачи вам.
So goodbye and good luck to you. Goodbye, and thank you very much.
До свидания и большое спасибо.
Goodbye, and thank you very much. Returned the girl.
Ответила девушка.
Returned the girl. And the monkeys rose into the air.
И обезьяны поднялись в воздух.
And the monkeys rose into the air. And were out of sight in a twinkling.
И в мгновение ока скрылись из виду.
And were out of sight in a twinkling. The country of the Quadlings seemed rich and happy.
Страна Квадлингов казалась богатой и счастливой.
The country of the Quadlings seemed rich and happy. There was field upon field of ripening grain.
Там было поле за полем созревшего зерна.
There was field upon field of ripening grain. With well-paved roads.
С хорошо вымощенными дорогами.
With well-paved roads. Running between.
Бегущими между ними.
Running between. And pretty rippling brooks.
И красивыми журчащими ручьями.
And pretty rippling brooks. With strong bridges across them.
С прочными мостами через них.
With strong bridges across them. The fences and houses and bridges.
Заборы, дома и мосты.
The fences and houses and bridges were all painted bright red.
Были выкрашены в ярко-красный цвет,
Were all painted bright red. Just as they had been painted.
точно так же, как они были выкрашены.
Just as they had been painted. Yellow in the country of the Winkies.
В желтый цвет в стране мигунов.
Yellow in the country of the Winkies. And blue in the country of the Munchkins.
И в синий цвет в стране живунов.
And blue in the country of the Munchkins. The Quadlings themselves, who were short and fat.
Сами квадлинги, невысокие и толстые,
The Quadlings themselves, who were short and fat. And looked chubby and good-natured.
казавшиеся пухлыми и добродушными,
And looked chubby and good-natured. Were dressed all in red.
были одеты во все красное,
Were dressed all in red. Which showed bright against the green grass.
ярко выделявшиеся на фоне зеленой травы,
Which showed bright against the green grass. And the yellowing grain.
и пожелтевших зерен.
And the yellowing grain. The monkeys had set them down near a farmhouse.
Обезьяны высадили их возле фермерского дома,
The monkeys had set them down near a farmhouse. And the 4 travelers walked up to it.
и 4 путешественников подошли к нему,
And the 4 travelers walked up to it. And knocked at the door.
и постучали в дверь.
And knocked at the door. It was opened by the farmer's wife.
Ее открыла жена фермера,
It was opened by the farmer's wife. And when Dorothy asked for something to eat.
и когда Дороти попросила что-нибудь поесть,
And when Dorothy asked for something to eat. The woman gave them all a good dinner.
женщина угостила всех хорошим обедом.
The woman gave them all a good dinner. With 3 kinds of cake.
С 3 видами тортов,
With 3 kinds of cake. And 4 kinds of cookies.
и 4 видами печенья,
And 4 kinds of cookies. And a bowl of milk for Toto.
и миской молока для Татошки.
And a bowl of milk for Toto. How far is it to the castle of Glinda?
Как далеко до замка Глинды?
How far is it to the castle of Glinda? Asked the child.
Спросил ребенок.
Asked the child. It is not a great way.
Это недалеко,
It is not a great way. Answered the farmer's wife.
ответила жена фермера.
Answered the farmer's wife. Take the road to the south.
Идите дорогой на юг,
Take the road to the south. And you will soon reach it.
и вскоре доберетесь до нее.
And you will soon reach it. Thanking the good woman.
Поблагодарив добрую женщину,
Thanking the good woman. They started afresh.
они двинулись вперед.
They started afresh. And walked by the fields and across the pretty bridges.
И пошли по полям и по красивым мостам,
And walked by the fields and across the pretty bridges. Until they saw before them a very beautiful castle.
пока не увидели перед собой очень красивый замок.
Until they saw before them a very beautiful castle. Before the gates were 3 young girls.
Перед воротами стояли 3 молодые девушки,
Before the gates were 3 young girls. Dressed in handsome red uniforms.
одетые в красивые красные мундиры,
Dressed in handsome red uniforms. Trimmed with gold braid.
обшитые золотой тесьмой.
Trimmed with gold braid. And as Dorothy approached.
И когда Дороти подошла,
And as Dorothy approached. One of them said to her.
одна из них сказала ей:
One of them said to her. Why have you come to the south country?
«Зачем вы пришли в южную страну?
Why have you come to the south country? To see the good witch who rules here.
Чтобы увидеть добрую ведьму, которая правит здесь,
To see the good witch who rules here. She answered.
ответила она.
She answered. Will you take me to her?
Вы отведете меня к ней?
Will you take me to her? Let me have your name.
Скажите ваше имя.
Let me have your name. And I will ask Glinda if she will receive you.
И я спрошу у Глинды, примет ли она вас.
And I will ask Glinda if she will receive you. They told who they were.
Они рассказали, кто они такие,
They told who they were. And the girl soldier went into the castle.
и девушка-солдат вошла в замок.
And the girl soldier went into the castle. After a few moments she came back to say.
Через несколько минут она вернулась, чтобы сказать,
After a few moments she came back to say. That Dorothy and the others were to be admitted at once.
что Дороти и остальные должны быть допущены немедленно.
That Dorothy and the others were to be admitted at once.